Jai Hind बच्चों. Today once again we will study another topic of our unit number 3 known as electrochemistry, and the name of that topic is Daniell cell or electrochemical cell. So we will see here about the Daniell cell. First of all, we will see here about the construction or structure of our Daniell cell. In the structure of Daniell cell, we generally take either two beakers or two compartments having two different solutions of electrolytes. The very well known example of the Daniell cell is zinc copper Daniell cell. So we will see the same zinc copper Daniell cell. In this Daniell cell, in a compartment or a beaker, we will take the solution of zinc sulfate. Okay, this is the solution of our zinc sulfate. This is our ZnSO4 solution. Okay, and in another beaker or compartment, we can take the solution of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate solution. And after taking both these solutions, we will dip rod of zinc in this solution of zinc sulfate. This is the rod of zinc, Zn rod, in this solution of zinc sulfate. This is our Zn rod and our plate. And in this solution of copper sulfate, we will dip the rod of copper metal. This is the rod of our copper metal. This is Cu rod, which will behave just like the electrode. Both these rods will behave just like the electrode. And now we will join both these rods with the help of a wire having the galvanometer, okay, in this manner. So this is the galvanometer you are looking for. And after it, we will, since this is the, you can say, connection of both these rods, so it is also important to connect the solution with the help of you can say another connector that is known as salt paste. So we will see here that we will use a salt paste here for connecting both these solutions in this manner. Okay, we are you can say taking here the salt paste. And now we will see here that if you will take here another switch also in this circuit with this wire, okay, as the circuit will on or as the switch will on in this circuit, so what will happen generally at the zinc electrode, generally the oxidation of the zinc will take place, and at the cathode the reduction of copper metal will take place. So here we will see here that the zinc which is present in solid state in this electrode, here this electrode will show the oxidation of the zinc. So here the oxidation half reaction of the zinc will take place at this electrode. So it will convert into Zn2 positive ion plus 2 electrons will release here. Okay. Similarly, now these electrodes will, you can say, come at the zinc rod and they will deposit here in this manner. Well, as the electrode will be present here, same time these electrode is produced by the zinc metal, and zinc metal which is present in the solid state at this rod, it will go inside the solution. So it will produce here Zn2 positive ion, and the electrons will deposit here. Now here what will happen, as the electron will come on the rod and zinc ions will come in the solution, the concentration of the zinc ions will gradually increase here. And what will happen, you can say thickness of the rod will gradually decrease, or the rod will dissolve in this solution. Now what will happen, these electrons now with the help of this wire will go in another electrode that is known as our copper electrode. So these, you can say, electron will go in this copper electrode. So now However, in at our copper electrode, what will happen here? We will see here that here the copper ions are present in this solution, and in this solution, these copper ions, as the electron will come, they will present here on the rod. So the copper ions will take these electrons, okay, and our copper ion will, after taking two electrons, reduce into copper metal, which is present in solid state, and this copper metal will deposit here at the surface of this copper electrode. So the thickness of this copper electrode will gradually increase here. So in this particular case here, as the copper ions will remove from the solution, so here the concentration of copper ions will gradually decreases, and here the copper metal atom will deposit here. So this is the, you can say, reaction which will take place. Now you are looking here that here two types of reactions are taking place in this Daniell cell. These two type of reactions are generally, you can say, oxidation reaction, and another reaction is, you are looking here, is a reduction reaction. So we will see here, if we will see the both these reactions, we can now, since the reaction is taking, both these reactions are taking in this cell, so we can write a net cell reaction. Okay, so the net reaction for this cell will be, since the two electrons will cancel by these two electrons, we can write here Zn, which is present in solid state, will combine with copper ion, and which is present in aqueous state, which are present in aqueous state, and it will convert into Zn2 positive ion, and the copper metal will also, you can say, deposit at the electrode. So this is the, you can say, function of electrode we are looking here. Now after it, we will see here in this particular case, the concentration of zinc is increasing in the solution, and the concentration of copper ions are decreasing in this copper sulfate solution, which is present at the, you can say, electrode. Now we will see here, always remember, at the electrode on which the oxidation reaction will take place, that electrode is known as anode. So here we will see here that at zinc rod, since oxidation is taking place, so this electrode is known as anode here. Okay, while the other electrode at which the reduction is taking place, that is known as cathode. Now what will be the, you can say, sign on these electrodes? We will see here, since Zn2 positive ions are releasing from this rod, and that's why the electrons are depositing. After removal of the electron, Zn ions are going in the solution and electrons are depositing. Due to deposition of the electrons here, this rod will be negatively charged. So we can say our anion will be, anode will be negatively charged, and as these electrons will go here, so copper metal ions will come on this electrode of the copper metal. So they will generally give their positive charge. That's why on the cathode the positive charge will be present. In other words, we can easily say that at the anode means, anode word can be drawn with the particular charge ion, that is known as anion. That is why it is known as anode. And cathode having positive charge, and we know for the positive ion generally we use the cation. So we can use here the cathode. So it will be our anode and it will be our cathode metal. Okay. So our cathode rod or cathode electrode. Now after A2 we will see here that this is the, you can say, actual structure of our Daniell cell. Now we will see here another device which is directly attached with this cell, that is known as salt bridge. So now we will see here about the salt bridge and its function. So here we will see the function of salt bridge. The function of salt bridge is asked previously or in the previous years. That's why we will see here about the salt bridge. Salt bridge. What are the function of salt bridge? Salt bridge generally there are about 2 to 3 functions of salt bridge. One function of the salt bridge is to complete the circuit of the cell, okay, or both the half electrodes here in this Daniell cell. Now we will see here, this is one of the, you can say, function of the salt bridge to connect to complete the circuit of both the half cells. Second, since here the concentration of zinc will decrease and the concentration of zinc metal will increase here and the concentration of copper metal will decrease here. So here inside this salt bridge generally positively charged ion and negatively charged ion electrolytic solution is present, which is boiled with agar-agar, a type of organic compound, and it is present in the form of semi-solid liquid. That's why these ions generally comes and maintain the concentration of the ions in both these half electrodes. So here the concentration of it maintains the concentration of the oppositely charged ion in concentration of ions in the electrodes. Okay, so this is, you can say, another type of property which is possible function of the salt bridge. And now we will see here that if there is not earlier there was not any type of salt bridge in the, you can say, formation of electrochemical cell. So there was another type of porous plate was used between these two solutions earlier. That's why the ions were mixed with each other, because in that porous plate, that plate pores were present. So these ions generally passes through the, you can say, that porous plate. So that you can say a salt bridge, when the salt bridge is used, the other function was salt bridge to separate both the solutions by mixing with each other. Okay, so these are three functions of our salt bridge. Now we will see here all the what is our salt bridge. So in case of salt bridge, you are looking here. In case of salt bridge generally, it is a kind of U-shaped tube. Salt bridge is a kind of U-shaped tube. You can say just like the U-shape, this type of tube, which is made by the glass. Okay, and at its both hand, generally cotton plugs are present. Inside this U-shaped tube, we generally take the boiled agar-agar solution with any type of particular electrolyte, like either KCl or potassium nitrate or ammonium chloride, etc. will be present inside this salt bridge. Okay, so in this manner we can easily see that what will be the structure of our salt bridge, or what will be our salt bridge here. Now after it, we will see here that how we can represent this particular type of Daniell cell. So we will see here about the representation of a cell. Okay, so we will see here about the representation of a cell. Representation of a cell. Representation of a cell. We will see here representation of a cell. In the representation of a cell, what will happen here? We generally use a particular type of, you can say, symbol, like we generally use the A, B and C. You can use these three alphabet for representation of a Daniell cell or any kind of electrochemical cell. Here A means will be anode. What it is? It is anode. And B means the bridge. And C means the cathode. Okay, so we can use these type of, you can say, symbol ABC, anode, bridge, cathode. What is anode here? Anode, you are looking that anode in this particular case is made by zinc metal. So generally we can write here Zn, which is present in solid state, and we can also write the solution at which the, you can say, zinc electrode is present here. Since in the solution zinc ions are present, that's why we generally use the symbol ions, not the formula of electrolyte. So we can write here Zn2 positive ion And for bridge, generally we can write you can say parallel lines in this manner or two slashes in this manner, and then we can write here the copper ions which are present here. So first of all we will see here about the copper ion, Cu2 positive ion and Cu in present in solid state. So this is the cell representation for this particular Daniell cell. Always remember here the metal rod or metals will be present at the terminal of the anode and cathode. So this is the type of cell representation for a Daniell cell. And now we will see here after it about the cell representation. We will see here that what will be the electrode cell potential of this cell. The cell potential can be find out by using another type of reference electrode. But here I am taking the cell potential which is given in our textbook. It is 1.1 volt. What is it? It is 1.1 volt. And now we will see here another topic of our syllabus, that is known as, you can say, electrode potential. So we are taking here now about another topic that is known as electrode potential. So I am taking here about the electrode potential. On dipping a metal rod in its electrolytic solution, generally there is a type of, you can say, potential difference between the metal rod and the electrolytic solution. That is known as electrode potential. For example, suppose we are taking here the copper rod or zinc rod which is present in the zinc sulfate solution. This is our zinc sulfate solution, and we are taking here the zinc rod. This is our ZnSO4 solution. So ZnSO4 solution will provide us what? It will provide us Zn2 positive ions and sulfate ion. Okay. So in the case of Zn2 positive ion, there is 2 positive charge, and at this metal rod of the zinc atoms are present. So there will be type of potential difference between the zinc metal and the zinc ions. Okay. This is known as, you can say, our electrode potential. Okay. Or a type of potential difference between the ions and atom of the electrode. Okay. And now we will see here about the another type of electrode potential, that is known as standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential. We will see here about the standard electrode potential. Actually, the electrode potential in this particular case can be found out without using any particular condition. But in case of standard electrode potential depend upon the particular condition. If we will find out the electrode potential of any half electrode, like in an anode or cathode, in that particular case, we generally say that the electrode potential will be standard electrode potential. As here given here the word standard, it means the condition should be standard. These conditions will be, we will take here 3 conditions. First is concentration, second is temperature, and third is pressure. What will be the condition of concentration? We generally take the concentration of electrolytic solution which is present in this half electrode will be 1 molar concentration. Okay, 1 molar concentration. And the temperature will be 298 Kelvin. Okay, and the pressure will be 1 bar. So these are the standard condition for finding out the electrode potential. That's why the electrode potential of such electrode in which these 3 conditions are followed. That electrode potential is known as, electrode potential of that electrode is known as standard electrode potential. So here we can define our standard electrode potential. The electrode potential of a electrode, if the concentration of the electrolytic solution of that electrode will be 1 molar or 1 mole, and the temperature will be 298 Kelvin, and the pressure will be 1 bar. Then the electrode potential of that electrode will be standard electrode potential. That will be a standard electrode potential we are looking here. Okay, and now we will see here after standard electrode potential, we will see here that in this particular case we are looking standard electrode potential. After it, we will see here about the another topic, measurement of a cell potential. So we will see here about the measurement of a cell potential, but before it, we will see here about the cell potential or EMF of a cell. So we will see here another topic, cell potential or EMF of a cell. First of all, we will see here about the cell potential. Generally, the cell potential is the potential difference between two electrodes of a cell, that is known as cell potential. So generally, if we are taking the Daniell cell, in this particular case, zinc metal which is converting into Zn2 positively charged ion in aqueous state with the removal of 2 electrons, and the copper metal ions which are accepting 2 electrons. So here it is converting into copper metal in solid state. So the cell potential will be the potential difference between these 2 electrodes which are present in the Daniell cell. So the cell potential in this particular case, as we have already seen, that it is 1.1 volt. And now we will see after it cell potential, we will see here about the EMF of a cell. EMF of a cell. In case of EMF of a cell, generally the EMF of a cell is slightly different than the cell potential. It is the potential difference between the 2 electrodes, means electroanode and cathode, when no current is drawn from a cell, is known as EMF of the cell. So there will be EMF of the cell will be slightly greater than the cell potential. Generally, EMF of the cell will be higher than the cell potential, and in this particular case, EMF of the cell can be find out when cell will not be in working condition, while the cell potential can also be find out at any condition, means when our cell will work, then we can find out the cell potential. So these are 2 differences of the, you can say, cell potential and EMF of a cell. And now we will see here about the another topic, measurement of a cell potential. Measurement of a cell potential. In the measurement of a cell potential, generally we have a requirement of 2 electrodes. If 2 electrodes are not there, then we cannot find out the cell potential or electrode potential of a cell. Generally we cannot find out the electrode potential of any electrode. Here, before finding out the measurement of a cell potential, we will find out the measurement of electrode potential. Okay, so we will see here about the measurement of electrode potential. For the measurement of electrode potential, we have requirement of another electrode, and generally we use the reference electrode, that is known as standard hydrogen electrode. So for the measurement of electrode potential, we generally use the standard hydrogen electrode. Standard hydrogen electrode. We generally use the standard hydrogen electrode. It is also known as SHEC. Okay. So generally, our standard hydrogen electrode can either work as anode when oxidation reaction takes place in standard hydrogen electrode, or it can also behave as cathode when reduction reaction takes place in this standard hydrogen electrode. So if oxidation reaction will take place here, generally we will see first of all that how the oxidation and reduction reaction will take place by using its structure. So we are now looking here the structure of the SHE, the standard hydrogen electrode. So we will see here about the structure of SHE, the standard hydrogen electrode. In the structure of standard hydrogen electrode, we can take a plate, platinum plate, okay, coated with PT black. This is PT plate coated with PT black, platinum black. It is coated with PT black, and after it we generally take this platinum wire which is used as for holding this platinum plate. So we generally use PT wire, and after it we generally cover this wire and this platinum plate with a tube having a side tube for you can say H2 gas. Okay, from here we can pass H2 gas, okay, pure H2 gas at 1 atm or 1 bar, generally 1 atm. And now we generally keep this arrangement inside the solution of an acid like HCl, whose we will take here the 1 molar concentrated solution of either HCl or H2SO4. Generally we take the solution of HCl. So we generally take here 1 molar solution of HCl. Okay, here 1 molar solution of HCl. And on connecting this, you can say standard hydrogen electrode, on passing this hydrogen gas and connecting this standard hydrogen electrode with another electrode whose electrode potential is unknown, we generally measure the electrode potential of that unknown electrode. After it, we generally here generally take two types of reaction takes place. That is known as either oxidation reaction will take place at the standard hydrogen electrode, or reduction reaction will take place at the standard hydrogen electrode. Suppose if oxidation reaction will take place, so our standard hydrogen electrode will behave as an anode. Okay, so we generally take here that hydrogen will gas will release hydrogen gas, or H2 will convert into twice H positive ion plus 2 electrons will release here, and it will behave as anode. And when the reduction reaction will take place, so our high standard hydrogen electrode will behave just like the cathode, and in that particular case 2H positive ion will take 2 electrons comes from another electrode and comes from another electrode, and it converts into the hydrogen gas. So this in this particular case it behaves just like the cathode. Now we will join both the we can say our standard hydrogen electrode with the another type of you can say electrode. Suppose we are taking here another electrode which is given here. This is another electrode of zinc metal. So in this zinc electrode, generally we take here the zinc rod which will be dipped inside the zinc sulfate solution. So this is our ZnSO4 solution. We will take here ZnSO4 solution. This is our Zn rod, and after it we generally take a salt bed which will be connected with these both solutions, and here we will take the galvanometer. So our galvanometer will show a particular type of reading. Okay, it will show a particular type of reading, and in this manner we can measure the electrode potential of this unknown half electrode. Okay, so this is the you can say particular method for measurement of the electrode potential of a half electrode or half cell, And now further about the another topic we will study in the other video.